right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back. A lot more stuff to get to today. So I just want to lay out what we're going to be doing because there's a lot of different stories we're going to be looking at here. We're going to be looking at this one. This is an Unmasking Luna. So this is who Charlie Kirk's trans roommate is and the nature of their relationship, as well as who owned the apartment that they were living in, because apparently both of them were unemployed. Now, much more important than any of that stuff in this article is we now find out that the FBI cracked this person and they seem to have been actually involved in this and had foreknowledge of the shooting. We're going to be looking at this little segment from Crystal Ball and from Breaking Points. And what's interesting about this is she's discussing the cancel culture of the people who have been going online and trouncing on Charlie Kirk, his wife, and celebrating his death. And I literally could not believe the way that she framed this story. I was like, there's no way, you know. Now, listen, when I talk about Kyle Kalinske, I'll be meaner than when I talk about her because she's a lady, you know. I mean, geez, I'm not going to be that mean. But the way she frames the story is insane. And so I have to light her up for it. We're going to be also looking at more stuff about, people getting fired, so on and so forth. But the big thing that we're going to be looking at is here. Erika Kirk's Wikipedia page faces possible deletion days after husband's assassination. Now, when I tell you that it's going to be hard for me to get through that article without completely flipping out, I already tested that. I just did my buddy's podcast this morning, and I kept myself on relatively even keel, I thought, until we talked about that. And I snapped completely. And I probably will do that again here. So buckle up. Then we're going to look at some more crazy people, vandalizing Charlie Kirk, memorials. And this, oh my God, wait until you see this clip. Wait until you see this clip. This guy is not the problem. He's showing someone else's clip. Wait until you see this clip. Okay. Do not leave before I show you that. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys getting into it. Now, I have been doing no ads at all during this Charlie Kirk thing, but I owe ads to my advertisers. And to ease us back into it, I'm going to show you guys one that I made with my daughter. That is an amazing ad, and you guys are going to love it. Check out Raycon. Remember back to school shopping as a kid? Well, guess what? We just got done back to school shopping for Georgia.
I got notebooks, I got clothes, and I got new shoes.
Don't you love that feeling of starting fresh?
This fall, I'm calling it back to cool.
Why are you calling it back to cool?
Because I got Raycon open earbuds.
Well, you know what you got to look forward to? Raycon's essential open earbuds keep your ears open while still delivering crystal clear sound. What do you like most about them?
They have a super lightweight design.
They do? Do they ever feel bulky?
No.
I heard that the secure fit means that they won't slip out whether you're at the gym, on a walk, or just powering through a to-do list. Is that true?
Yep.
And here's the kicker. Raycon quality rivals all the big brand names at a half of the price. No more overpaying just to get great sound. Plus, over 3 million customers already love Raycons, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, returns are easy. Now, they got an open ear design, a breathable fit that delivers comfort, safety, and immersive audio while keeping you aware. And best of all, you get 36 hours of battery life. And that's only one of many things that I love about these particular Raycons. They are sleek, they fit nice, I can run around and they won't fall out of my ears. And every time that I listen to music and realize these sound better than the ones that cost twice as much, I feel super smart. So now it's your turn to feel smart. So go ahead and head to buyraycon.com/JesseOnFireOpen, or go ahead and click the link in the description. Once again, that's BUYRAYCON.com/JesseOnFireOpen, or the link in the description.
This fall, I'm calling it back to cool.
No, it's so good, dude. All right, let's do this thing. Let's start with this story right here. So, Unmasking Luna. This is Charlie Kirk's assassin. Suspect's alleged lover is confirmed to be trans. This is done by Andy No. You guys may recall him walking downtown Portland and having a bunch of Antifa people beat him up and throws things in his face. What a way to end up on the main stage, is to watch a bunch of domestic black bloc people, attack this little gay guy, by the way. Really consistent in their ideology. They're all, these guys hate gays. And you're all, well, he's gay. And you guys just beat him up because he said he doesn't like Antifa, So maybe not so much about gays, but, consistency and logic, not necessarily their strong suits. Oh, by the way, JD Delay sent a bunch of people over to my channel. Appreciate you, dog. I like your channel too, my man. All right. So the beautiful thing about editing later is that because this segment ended up being way longer than anticipated, I'm actually going to save this for the end of the video. So make sure you stay around and watch this about the trans roommate, the background with the family, the fact that he was a co-conspirator, had foreknowledge, didn't report it, so on and so forth. The FBI broke him under questioning. But we're going to go right here, and then we're going to look at the at this one, which is the Charlie Kirk's wife one will probably be the headline story of this entire video. But we're going to start with the crystal ball thing just because I want to get that out of the way, and it is so stupid. So this is about the people who are getting fired from their jobs for celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And all of you guys have seen enough of this, I assume, that we don't need to go over that is exactly what's happening. They're celebrating his murder and getting fired. Look at how Crystal frames this, dude, okay?
In the wake of the killing of Charlie Kirk, there have been recriminations coming from the right, finding anyone on social media who posted anything that they didn't like about Charlie Kirk or didn't express in their view the proper sentiments surrounding his murder.
I mean, she's a pro. She's a pro. What she said is accurate. People are complaining that they didn't post sentiments that they felt were proper relating to his death. You're all, yeah, you're right. Like that's a true statement. But like, her dude was saying he is absolutely no question right wing. Like that's just wrong. And it's a lie at this point. But saying this is not a lie, it is ridiculously misleading though. Okay. They celebrated his death. The people who are getting fired posted insanely disgusting, inhuman things about Charlie Kirk, dancing on his grave. And so organizations are smart enough to know they don't want to be associated with people like that because their job is to make money. And believe it or not, the vast majority of Americans are pretty disgusted by reprehensible like behavior like that. You know what I mean? It's not like they're just they posted something that was. I mean, I've seen lots of people post things that are all. Don't confuse being indifferent with celebration. Okay. Now, I think that a person who would say that is an idiot. Okay. If you're indifferent to the fact that a political commentator got shot and murdered on a college campus just because it happened to be one that you don't agree with, then you're too stupid to really live in the same world as me. If we're going to be conversing about things, I'd be like, you're a waste of my time. If you can't recognize how big of a deal this is and how big of a deal it would be if it was someone on your side, to me, I would have the exact same tone as I do now if it was someone on your side. Guess what though? They're not getting fired for that. Okay. That's not who's getting fired. People getting fired are the TMZ people who cheered when he got shot. I guarantee they're fired. But what these people did is they cheered publicly. Okay. They cheered publicly. Right. At TMZ, they knew to go out and be all, they were watching a car chase. And then I would imagine they rooted him out and fired him, right? All of them. I would expect, Harvey Levin, that you fired all of them, right? Like you fired all of them, right? But let's continue because, again, it's just all about framing. It's like the way that the left does this is shocking me. I hate even saying left and right because I think it's common sense and common decency versus the exact opposite. But in this case, I don't know how else to do it. So watch how she frames this argument.
Cultural effort to find these and put them in a database and contact their employers, et cetera. And there also is increasingly, it looks like, a coming crackdown coming from the federal government. Let me go ahead and start with Senator Katie Britt, who says in one breath that, Charlie Kirk was assassinated in part because he was such a beacon of free speech. And in the next breath talks about how if you're not expressing the proper sentiments, you should be held accountable, you should be fired, et cetera. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
All right. Before she even says that, let me just throw this out there. Okay. You guys already know you already saw what her argument is, right? We don't even need to watch this. You already know how Crystal framed this and you already know what she's going to say, right? So here is the way that a smart person would respond to that. Okay. You're talking about the difference between someone getting murdered, which is a capital offense that we put people to death for, and someone losing their job, okay? An organization deciding that someone is not culturally aligned or doesn't represent their company in a way that they would like to be associated with, okay? Like to try to say that because someone is calling Charlie Kirk a beacon of free speech and then supporting people getting fired for dancing on his grave publicly, like that is a stupid, non-existent argument, okay? You have Trump derangement syndrome. You are not seeing things clearly, okay? Like, I don't do like, I try not to do personal attacks in general. I'm kind of embarrassed by how hard I went on Kyle Kalinske this weekend. But I will just say to Crystal, you are not seeing this clearly. If you really think that that's a good argument, it's not, okay? It's not. You get fired for all kinds of things. You know, people get fired for saying idiotic stuff publicly and becoming if a person is a public figure of any kind for a specific opinion that they shared, that reflects on the company. And the company certainly has the right to be like, we don't want to associate with that. So if someone's like, I'm glad Charlie Kirk's dead. He was a disgusting person. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, brand, is that your official position? Because you have someone working there that's saying that publicly. And they're like, fuck, no, it's not. We're firing him. Okay. How is that compared to a person getting murdered? Okay. It's an idiotic argument. And that is all I'm going to say about that. Okay. So now let's go over to this story though, which is, again, the one that I anticipate is going to be very challenging for me to get through without absolutely flipping out. And then we're going to look at the videos of the people who are like vandalizing Charlie Kirk and these other psychotic videos. Again, make sure you stay around for that. So Erika Kirk's Wikipedia page faces possible deletion days after husband's assassination. The Wikipedia page for Erika Kirk was created the day after her husband was tragically killed, but is now up for deletion. Why would they do that? You know what I mean? So listen, Wikipedia is reportedly considering deleting the profile page of Erika Kirk, the wife of late conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Reports show that Wikipedia editors are currently debating the status of the profile and have allegedly locked it, meaning users cannot make changes to it. Editor nominators argue that Erika fails the site's notability standard and lacks significant independent coverage. Really? Do you know why this is a national story, you fucking idiots? Because she is incredibly her notoriety is failing it. Why is she in the national news then? Okay, this is covered on like I Googled it and found it on 5 major national news platforms. Okay, so there's your idiotic like notoriety. Really? Then if she's not notorious enough, why are you even worried about it? Okay, you are reprehensible, disgusting, evil people who are trying to cancel her and get rid of her because you're leftists. And leftists have a culture that is poison. Absolute, sheer poison. She's a widow who just lost her husband, who just bravely went in front of the entire world and gave that speech. That's why she's notorious enough to have a Wikipedia page, because she was so brave that she went and stood in front of the microphone in unfathomable circumstances. And everyone knows who she is. You just don't like her because you're hateful, sick, demented people. So you went and locked her account. Okay. Like, you can put these people right next to the people who cheered at TMZ. There's only one reason they're doing this, and you know exactly what it is. But Charlie Kirk's the one that spreads hate. Charlie Kirk spreads hate because he disagrees with you on some stuff, but then you make a point to go and delete his widow's Wikipedia page after her husband got murdered. One of the biggest events in American history just happened. Okay, everyone's going to remember this. This is not like some small thing. This is going to be something people will remember for decades. Okay, forever. People will remember this. And his wife stood on a podium and gave one of the bravest speeches that I've ever seen, given the circumstances. You want to delete her page because you're toxic, disgusting trash. Okay, that's what you are. Okay, it was reported that prior to her husband's death last week, she did not have a standalone Wikipedia page. Since the tragic shooting, the mother of 2 has been thrust into the spotlight. Her emotional speech on Friday drew millions of viewers worldwide. In her speech, Erika vowed that Turning Point USA, the advocacy group co-founded by her late husband, would continue its campus tour this fall. Oh, I wonder if that's why they wanted to delete her. Could that be why? All these people do is play dirty and I never fail to find a million examples anytime that this happens that confirms that I'm on the right side. Okay, like I'm on the right side. Now you could be over there and you could think whatever you want about us over here. Okay, like they're hateful bigots. They're hateful bigots. No, we're not. Okay, no, we're not. Okay, I love everybody, dude. As long as they're not hurting people. And any of this trans stuff, we're trying to protect kids. That's it. Even the abortion people are just trying to protect babies, man. Whatever weird thing that you're like, you guys are poison. You hate us. Okay, I only hate the ones who hate us. And you cannot deny that you hate us because you celebrate when Charlie Kirk gets murdered. Okay, wait, I don't hate you like that, dude. I am hating you in response to your disgusting, hateful behavior. You're going to delete his widow's page? Fuck you. Okay? Now, that's that. I literally, I can't believe the audacity of these people, man. I really can't, dude. I just can't. So let's look at more of these, okay? So man vandalizes Charlie Kirk Memorial outside of Turning Point USA in Phoenix. So more amazing culture over there, dude. Here we go. Here's the video. I'm going to pause it right there just because when the people kind of grab him and throw him on the ground, YouTube's filters catch anything that even looks like a street fight, and then they'll age restrict this. But that guy in the blue went and grabbed him and threw him on the ground, and then he got up, and there were some people who chased him down, and he got off easy. You know, he ended up getting arrested, but, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this kind of thing, I continue to stress, like, no more guns, guys, okay? Like, no more guns, no more killing people, right? But if a person does a thing like this and you see it, listen, okay? I will have no sympathy for a person who ends up in a Kimura and they take it all the way. You know what I mean? Like detached elbow, shredded shoulder, broken arm, stuff like that. If somebody just happens to know jiu-jitsu and you do that in front of them, I have no sympathy for a person who runs into that. No more killing, dude. But you want to kick the shit out of somebody who does that? Listen. They earned it, dude. You don't need to worry about that, I don't think. And I certainly think that they're going to have a real uphill battle with any kind of criminal complaint if the reason that it happened was they went in and they desecrated someone's memorial where you were there, you know, memorializing someone that you knew or really cared about. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on what state you're in. You know, I'd feel pretty safe in the county that I live in. But, yeah, then we have this one. Okay, watch. This is absolute insanity. Okay, wait until you see this video. Let me make it a little bit bigger and move this over for you guys. This is, my wife sent me this morning, and we're going to talk about what I think. Anyway, let's watch this.
I have the best news ever.
What? Donald Trump died?
Second best news.
The vice president died?
Okay, third best news.
That Elon Musk died?
Okay, no. Nobody died. My best friend's getting married.
Which one is it?
Taylor Swift!
Okay, so again, what's hilarious about that is I'll tell you literally verbatim what I said to Gabrielle after I watched that is I was like, these people are lucky that we don't live in the world that they think that we're trying to live in, you know, because we're fascists, you know, we're fascists, the state over everything, right? Because if we lived in a fascist country, you want to know what would happen? I would take your fucking kids from you. Okay? Just so we're clear. Like the fact that we live in the country that we think that we live in is why you can put something like that on the internet. Because if our side really stood for what you pretend that it does, I'm telling you right now, I am not a perfect person. I'd be like, go take her fucking kids, man. Like put those kids in foster care. They'll be better off than getting groomed into being like domestic terrorists, right? They're that age. Like I'm not blaming the kids, dude. Kids don't get blamed for ideas at that age, okay? That's the parents groom that into them. Guess what? The best news, Donald Trump died. Are you serious? Like, that's your parenting? You are not only brainwashed, you're a terrible person. Like, you can't recognize that if your kid answers that to that you are doing a bad job parenting. Like, they're your kids, dude. Those are your kids, you self-centered moron. You have to just you can't even recognize when you have negative thoughts that you probably shouldn't have. Okay, I'm the king of terrible thoughts when it comes to this kind of shit. I have things that are in my brain that I have to consciously dismiss all the time where I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that, you know, but if my kids started espousing shit like that, I would be like, wow, I really need to check my life. Of course, that would never happen ever. But again, Fascist country, take her fucking kids, dude. Take them. You know, not to mention whatever you want to do. Like if we lived in that, it's like, what do you even do with that? This is domestic terror grooming. All right, this video is getting long already, so I'm going to skip a couple of those other segments and I'm going to go straight to this. So this is Unmasking Luna, Charlie Kirk's assassin, suspected alleged lover, and we're going to get to where this person got cracked by the FBI and was a co-conspirator and had foreknowledge of the murder. All right, so here we go. So I can report that the roommate and suspected romantic partner of the man that is accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk is confirmed as trans. Okay, so again, I just want to keep on coming back to this. Anybody who is trying to pretend that this is some right-wing guy, it's the stupidest. If you haven't seen my video yesterday, like that conversation's over. Okay, this is done by left-wing extremists, specifically a lot of them like in the Trantifa organization. And but anyway, so this is going to disprove anything related. I mean, there's still people acting like this is not true, that he's living with his trans boyfriend. That's just inaccurate. Okay. Okay. So Twig's social media history remains online, and Andy No has reviewed it to confirm the transgender identity. On the video game platform Stream, where Twigs is very active, he used the screen name Fluxolotl. According to the U.S. government source I spoke with on condition of anonymity, that account's prior usernames match those on one of Twig's TikTok profiles, which displays his face. So apparently this is his Twitch or whatever, and then this is TikTok. In December 2024, Twigs changed his preferred display name on Stream from Lance to Luna. A search of Reddit for usernames connected to his Stream username history revealed the match Lancelot 3, which the display name Flux. Biographical details on the Reddit account line with Twigs. The account is highly active on 4chan. So he posted, apparently this is the trans boyfriend, posted in November 24 about his anxiety with injecting cross-sex hormones. Replying to a thread on injecting pain, he wrote, "Seriously, sometimes it's just muscle memory. Sometimes I got to get buzzed on something, so I'm not too anxious about it." Hey, let me tell you, dude, shooting hormones has stressed me out forever, okay? I've shot him a lot more than you, okay? So we can, hey, look at you guys, common ground. Common ground. I have to psych myself up every single time. Hey, if you were shooting the same hormones as me, you'd probably be doing jujitsu and going to the gym instead of collaborating with people who are going to murder Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Like maybe we just start firing all these femme dudes up with testosterone instead and just see how they feel. Be like, look, dude, this is going to be much healthier for you than having to become a girl, right? Just get yoked. Just kidding. Anyway, check this quote out. "Trump winning has motivated me to fix my life. This is on the 4chan. I won't let the idiot cis FAGS who want me to be miserable win. I'll be independent, fit, happy, and trans, and they can't stop me." Okay, so I'm just going to stop right here. Now, even though you collaborated to, or were in the know about a horrific murder that I've been reporting on and the entire world is mourning about, I will just take this moment for a second of humanity. Dude, no one wants you to be miserable, okay? I voted for Trump. I don't want you to be miserable. I would have much preferred for you to be happy. You know, I think you're going to have a hard time in prison being happy because no one is super, thriving in prison. So you made some real bad decisions, but no one wanted you to be miserable, okay? We just didn't want you to help children go down the same path if they were not actually trans. Literally, that was our concern. And we didn't want drag queen story hour in elementary school, okay? Those were our actual concerns. And anyone who talked about the Florida Don't Say Gay bill in a negative fashion, they literally trapped you guys on that. It's like a one-page bill that said, we don't want any public school teachers teaching anything sex ed or sex related to children under 8. That's it. Didn't say anything about trans, didn't say anything about LGBT, nothing. And they renamed it the Don't Say Gay bill. And even smart people on the left still ran with that, where you're like, did you read the bill? It'll take you 2 seconds, okay? So reframing us as like homophobes is dumb, okay? But I do feel bad for people who've been brainwashed like this, that like think that you really think that? Like, make America great again means like make all gay people miserable? It's ridiculous. It's not true. There are way too many homosexual influencers on the right. You should look at that and be like, what about Dave Rubin, dude? Do you think a bunch of us have a problem with Dave Rubin? He's gay. He's married to a dude. Okay. This dude right here, right? Okay. This dude, Jeffree Star, is trans. Look at how he talks about Charlie Kirk.
Video. I'm about to upload it right now, and I'm literally stunned. Like, what is going on, dude? For speaking the truth, that's what happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? If you watch me daily, we don't really get political in this room. We're all about positivity, makeup, sarcasm, jokes, trolling, clapping back, being fun. Okay? This is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated everybody. And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they, them loser. Okay?
There you go, dude. Do you think I have any negative feelings towards Jeffree Star? I don't. And he seems to look like a person that you would have assumed were like rooting for negativity on or whatever. Okay? It's not true. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Okay? Twigs responded, honestly, same. I realized after a bit of dooming that even if I was overall hiding from the local public now, my life socially wouldn't really change, which is more depressing than any election. So working on that as my New Year's resolution. Twigs also has a locked Instagram account that features cartoon of a female Garfield furry. Dude, all these furries and like cats or whatever. So here's who he really is though. Okay. So this is like his background. This is him graduating high school. Okay. Twigs was raised as a devout Mormon. Said that he left the faith on the ex-Christian subreddit. He claimed he was expelled from his family home after refusing religious spiritual help. And check this out. Okay. So just listen to this story and then we're going to go back to what he said. I was told I was possessed by a demon and then within 30 minutes kicked out of the house because I started laughing and wouldn't go to the bishop for blessings. Later, I found out they just didn't like me and were looking for a way to get me out of the house. Wasn't even 18 at the time. Okay. And then, so here's his, like, right, here's him and his family. And later we find out that, like I said, you know how they were living in that apartment without either of them having jobs? It was his family's apartment. So how kicked out of the family was he? Okay. These guys are victim culture crybabies, right? Two things can be true at once. I don't want you to be miserable, but when you are miserable crybabies, I will tell you that you're being a miserable crybaby. That's what these people are, dude, at the core. And he's in the ex-Christian forum making things up, you know, like just like, yeah, and then they threw me out of my family and gave me my own apartment that I could live in for free. You know what I mean? It's like, shut up, dude. Okay, so he has excluded some key details about his family fallout. The apartment property Twigs and Robinson lived in is owned by Twigs Family Partnership, I can reveal. The neighborhood, Twigs and Robinson told the Sun, believed Twigs was trans, the neighbor, I'm sorry, that he was trans and that he saw him kissing the shooter 2 weeks before. Okay, so here is where we get into the FBI broke him, okay? So Twigs was mentioned in the Utah criminal complaint as an unnamed roommate who had cooperated with investigators after being in contact. Okay. Now we all knew he got sent messages by the shooter related to the shooting. I think it was about going and picking up the rifle, but here you go right here. Okay. In FBI director's Kash Patel's first interview about the investigation on Monday morning, he confirmed the family told investigators Robinson had more recently become radicalized to the left, aligning with the evidence known so far. Patel strongly suggested the suspect's trans lover knew of a pre-written Charlie Kirk kill note at the apartment that was later destroyed. We have since learned that the note, even though it had been destroyed, we have found forensic evidence of the note. We have confirmed what the note says because of our aggressive interview posture at the FBI, which means we broke him under questioning. Okay. So the roommate is now another person who had foreknowledge of this, did not report it, and then was so trusted that Robinson hit him up to be like, hey, can you go get the rifle? So another conspirator. Okay. Another conspirator. Unbelievable, man.